Hello and welcome to the channel. Northern California living, NorCal living. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Anyway, let's get straight to it. Today we talking about the San Francisco Bay Area versus the Sacramento and the Sacramento suburbs. Because just like when you say San Francisco, you got to count the whole Bay Area, everything around San Francisco. Just like when you say Sacramento, you got to count the whole suburb, everything around Sacramento. So it's a lot of cities, a lot of places around Sacramento that people really don't. Well, if you're not from out here, then why would you know about it? But so anyway, but the area is bigger than just the main city. Like, you know how people use, just like in Dallas, they will use the Dallas metro area, or, Phoenix, the whole, Tempe and everywhere around there, and Scottsdale. It's sort of all connected. If you ever, been around the country traveling and stuff, that's how it usually is. Even Chicago, man, they try to say whatever about Chicago, but hey, stay off social media. Chicago is nice. Go out there. The suburbs of Chicago, with the Roseville, whatever that is, all out there, and they got a casino. I mean, the suburbs of Chicago, even the city of Chicago is nice. People think all that's going on. You got to think a lot goes on in Chicago because it's one of the biggest cities population-wise in the whole United States. I think it's like fourth or something like that. It's a big city like New York. Like, it's humongous. I mean, well, I don't want to get too into that. That's their stuff. Some of them, they even came out here. Some of my friends, they said, nah, this is way bigger. So, the Bay Area may be bigger, but what I mean is when you think of Chicago, just don't think of, South Chicago or no. If you go, you see downtown, they got big skyscrapers. It's bigger than San Francisco. The buildings anyway. But anyway, this is about Sacramento suburbs versus San Francisco Bay Area, or San Francisco Bay Area versus Sacramento suburbs, okay? So let's get to it. Let's start with the Bay Area, right? Okay, the pros of the Bay Area, and these are both just gonna be pros. We're not really gonna go over cons because that's personal, but not too personal. We can go over cons, but not on this. We're gonna stay on pros. Anyway, the jobs pay more in the Bay Area. Sorry, they do. They just do. They pay more in the Bay Area. So you may have to live close. So if you got a tech job, or you got some type of company where they're only based in the Bay Area, or you got a good paying job in there, you gotta live in the Bay. There's nothing you can do. You gotta stay where, your job is. So that is what keeps a lot of people having to live in the Bay Area, because they're like, hey, I can't live 70 miles, 80 miles away from my job every morning. I gotta get up and get to work. So I only can be in the Bay Area. That's why I'm looking in the Bay Area, because this job I got, or the job I'm taking, or whatever, it's in the Bay Area. So even though the prices are sky high, and they know this, they know we could charge you whatever for this house because we know that your job is down the street paying you this much money. So it's a direct correlation between the two. But anyway, so that's one reason why people, whoever's listening to this, if you're thinking about which one should I do Sacramento or the Sacramento suburbs? Should I be in the Bay Area? Whatever. I want to go to Northern California. I want to move out there. It's hecka nice. Or I already live out here and I'm thinking about where do I really want to buy or settle down for my family, or I'm gonna start my career, whatever. So that's one thing that might keep you in the Bay Area. Another thing is the vineyards. Sonoma County, Napa Valley. If you are like a big entertainer, or you're a billionaire or a multimillionaire, or you own businesses, or just anything, or you're wealthy, or you have money and you're thinking about making a big move, and you don't want, LA or Hollywood or something might be a little, everybody, what can you really do in LA that hasn't been done? Or what can it's like, okay. But so say you think I want to do Northern Cali. It's Northern California. It's a little more laid back, more me, or a little more private, right? It's unsaturated really for a lot of like big names and stuff. Look at Sonoma County, Napa County, the Napa Wine Valley. You can get a vineyard out here. I'm talking like acres, and it's nothing but vineyards. As long as you can see grapes for as long as the eye can see, and it comes far as the eye can see, and it comes with the plant on on your property already that makes the wine, and they already get bottled, and it's sort of like land that's already producing money. I don't really see that in LA too much, or up here in Sacramento in the suburbs. That's one thing. Like if you got and you want to buy, like I just seen I Show Speed come out here, and I mean you guys can send this over to him if you guys want to, but I know he's dealing with agents. He's bought houses and everything already. So I'm not saying let me be his agent. I'm just saying, bro, if you listen to this and you want a house out here, look in Napa County, Sonoma County. I mean, they got so private, gated communities, so big, acres. I mean, you ain't got to work. Crime, zero. And it's like the city of Sonoma, these are like up in sort of like the mountains a little bit, but the weather must just be perfect. It's a lot of Italians up there, and that's where they came. You can see they planted their flag. They're still growing wine. The vineyards are amazing. I haven't seen that anywhere else. Even like Rick Ross and them, that stuff is nice. But look, even you, hey man, you like investing? You like buying stuff that's already land that's producing? I don't know how much you into wine or whatever, but out here, the vineyards are crazy, and they're already self-producing. You know how much people drink wine. People love wine. So that's one thing that the Bay Area offers that I haven't seen Sacramento suburbs, or I know they're up here. Must be a vineyard or two up here, but I mean like everybody knows about Napa Valley. I mean, if you drink any type of wine, if you're an adult, even if you've never been to California, you probably heard of Napa Valley. I mean, entertainers, they do come out here, and when they do, they go into Napa Valley real private, take helicopters, do mud baths, and ride horse, whatever. I mean, it's very exclusive. It's nice and it's private, and they got big stuff for if you spent the money you were gonna spend in LA in Napa Valley or Sonoma County or something. Man, 2-3 million. I mean, yeah. So look into that. So that's another plus about the Bay Area. Moving on to the school systems, right? San Francisco, the city, and like Palo Alto, and there are places that have good public schools, but for the most part, private schools in the Bay Area are very good, and you got some of the biggest colleges in the world in the Bay Area. You're talking Stanford, UC Berkeley, Stanford. You can live next to Stanford. You want to come out here and put Palo Alto is the name of the city that Stanford is basically in. If it's not, is Stanford a city? No, but it's in the city of Palo Alto, Redwood. It's in Silicon Valley, basically. So if you want to come out here, start a family, or bring your kids out here, raise them to go to Stanford or UC Berkeley, is very possible. So that they have colleges in Sacramento, in the Sacramento suburbs, but they don't got Stanford, they don't got UC Berkeley, but they got nice stuff up here as well. So with that being said, those are the main points. I don't want to go too long. I'm already 10 minutes in. Try to do this next to Sacramento on the next 10, but this is important stuff. So those are the main points that would maybe keep somebody in the Bay Area. Good paying jobs. If you want to go big, you can go to like the vineyards. Oh, in places like Tiburon. If you want to be on the water, if you really want to spend and be really exclusive, look up Tiburon as well. Sausalito. I Show Speed, Rick Ross, all y'all. Tiburon, Sausalito. Yeah. Big boy stuff on the water overlooking. Crazy. Just look it up. So where you're not in San Francisco, you're not in Oakland, you ain't got to worry about that all that's going on in Oakland, because if anybody came out here, they'll tell you, Oakland is turned up. It's a fun place to be. It's beautiful. But that's just one little. Bay Area is so big. It's so nice out here. The crime rate, there's, I guess you would say gang activity, but there's no colors and stuff out here. No Crips and Bloods and all that. We don't do none of that stuff. It's really a nice place. I'm just being honest with you guys. A good place to raise a family. Good place to grow up. Great. It's the culture, the independent thinking. You know, we got all these great schools out here. So great place to live. If you're thinking about staying in the Bay Area, moving to the Bay Area, you know, whatever. So moving on to Sacramento. And I live currently in the Sacramento suburbs in a little city called Folsom. So you will get more for your money if you come up here. So if you are already living in the Bay Area, say you're from California, and you're like, hold on, you know, I really need more space. I can work up there, or I can get back and forth to wherever, or I can transfer, or I'm already up here in Sacramento and I agree with you, bro, or whatever, then you know. The amount of space you get for the amount of money is just, you know, so you get more bang for your buck. Quick example, if you look up a place like Mount, I Show Speed, Rick Raw, whoever, I'm just naming some real estate people that he said he was about real estate. That's why I keep saying their names. Sorry, not to name drop. I love everybody. I'm just saying, look up Granite Bay. Granite Bay. Now, if Eddie Murphy had places out here, real top list celebrities, they come get places way up here. Now, this is the real suburbs where you don't have to worry about people being fanned out, or, you know, crime is a zero rate basically as well. In places like Granite Bay, Folsom, El Dorado Hills, you can have your Lamborghini, your Ferrari, go to the stores, have your jewelry, go home, won't be bothered, nobody mess with you, gated communities, you know, with security, you come through, it's just beautiful. I mean, look it up, Granite Bay, California, Folsom, California, El Dorado Hills, California, and just look what if you want to spend $3 million, $4 million, and compare that to if you spent your $3 or $4 million in the Bay Area, or the San Francisco Bay Area, or LA, or anywhere else, and just compare and think, wow, and just look, whoa, you know, so you definitely can get more for your money. It could be a vacation, a getaway place. If you got that type of money, you know, you just want to be somewhere where don't nobody know where you at. Your place is big and it's nice. And I mean, like I just threw one celebrity out there, Eddie Murphy, had a place up here in Granite Bay. You can look it up. So anyway, you get way more for your money up here. I would say that. Another thing is, in my opinion, the weather is better. And what I mean by that is both places got great weather. You don't have to worry about that. It's going to be between 50 and 100 year round. That's just it. But to me, Sacramento, once you start coming up a little more north, you know, usually you get up north, it gets colder. For California, for some reason, it's really not that way until you even go farther up north. And it does. You start to go like into Oregon or Nevada or other states, going up towards Alaska and Seattle, all that type of stuff. But Northern California, the farther you go up north, it's really nicer. For some reason, the Bay Area gets a little chilly at night. I don't know, it's because it's on the water, and I mean the whole bay. Like, I don't know. In San Francisco is the chilliest, regardless, and it's always windy. I call it like Chicago #2, like the windy city number. It's always windy in San Francisco. Like, and the breeze is like, it's always, you know, and it get dark, you better have a jacket. You know, if you from a place where it gets really cold, you'll be okay, you will never need a jacket, but, you know, at night. So in Sacramento, it stays warm like all night. Have you ever been on? Yeah, sorry about that little blick up. Anyway, yeah, you ever somewhere where it's hot all night. It's sort of like that in Sacramento and Sacramento suburbs during the summertime, like, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2 in the morning. You go wake up 6 in the morning, still warm. You're like, dang. Okay, so like the humidity type feeling is a little more up this way. And I didn't mean to say Alaska. I meant to say Canada. My bad. We don't go into Alaska. I don't know. Anyway, I was just thinking about cold places. But anyway, so yeah, that's basically sort of the, Bay Area, Sacramento. It's all Northern Cali, baby. So it's all good up here. The weather is great no matter where you choose. Crime on most parts of the majority of Northern California is down. Nice, safe areas, good school systems. If you like to move to Northern California, please reach out to me. You can call me. I'll leave my number on my page somewhere, but also you can DM me, comment, whatever. You can fly out, drive up, whatever. We can go see some places. I got the keys, so I can open up any door that you want to go look at, and let's just have some fun. Look at some places. Especially if you already know that you can get approved, or you've been pre-approved already, or if you need to hook up with my lender, we can go hook you up with them. They can run it real quick, and we can just start going looking at places. It's real simple. No obligation and no cost to you. So always remember that. If you come see some houses with me or do anything, there's no obligation and no cost to you. So that's just the nature of the business. We don't get paid every day. We have to work with people until they decide to make a decision that's really crucial in their life. So that's no rush type situation. Anyway, okay, that's my San Francisco Bay Area versus Sacramento and the Sacramento suburbs. Look up all those places. If you have any questions or anything that you need to know about Northern California, make sure you reach out to me. If you want to move somewhere else, like you want to leave California, you want to sell, get it sold, I can sell it. If you got a place up here in Northern California, I can sell it for you. And then we can hook you up with, I can refer you to a realtor in the next state that you're going to or something if you want to leave California as well. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. See you next time. Peace.